Gym advice in 2026 is quietly breaking people. Icons like David Lade show why training heavy and often works well until it doesn't. You might reach your goals temporarily, but why go to all that effort if the cost is a body that never really feels good again? Training the way most fitness influencers train made me strong. It made me large, but it made me fragile. Strength and skill should be accumulated over a lifetime, but training in a way which makes you fragile takes you out of the game early, robbing you of your true potential, all for the sake of faster progress. In this video, I'm going to break down where bodybuilding, calisthenics, and cardio actually fit in 2026, why focusing on just one hurts you more than you think, and how to train in a way that lets you keep making progress pain-free decades from now. Most gym goers will measure progress by how much weight they can add on the bar, and that works for a while. The problem is muscles grow quickly, but the supporting structures around them, like your tendons, discs, and ligaments, need longer to adapt. Measuring progress just through weight caters to muscles exclusively, making you incredibly fragile outside of that specific movement pattern. 6'6" strongman Tom Haviland summed up the difference between fragile and adaptable strength perfectly by saying, "If I was moving house and I could pick from two people to help me move and all I knew about them was that one could back squat 800 pounds and the other could Zercher squat 600, I would take the 600 pound Zercher squatter with no second thoughts." I'm not saying to never increase the weight. I'm saying to choose exercises which put your muscles in weaker positions that force your supporting structures to catch up before you can progress. Take the squat. If you want stronger, larger legs, consider trying front squats instead of back squats. They force you into a more upright position, involve your abs more, let you go deeper, and if you try and cheat by hinging forwards, the bar just falls. Calisthenics takes this principle to the next level by keeping you accountable in terms of your diet too. Gaining more weight from a bulk makes it so much easier to put up impressive numbers on the bench, but try that with dips or pull-ups and you'll be humbled quickly. The increased stability and range of motion requirements for dips also forces you to prioritize shoulder health over rapidly increasing the weight. Progress in terms of weight will be slower, but your body doesn't care about numbers. If you keep training to failure, you'll continue to grow, even with the same weight. And when you do eventually add load, it won't just be your muscles that are stronger, everything will be. Most people think that cardio is only for weight loss, and they couldn't be more wrong. That's like thinking the purpose of your car's engine is only to burn fuel and make itself lighter. If you want a body built for performance or power, you need a strong engine to match. Doing cardio consistently increases the density of mitochondria and blood vessels in your muscles. This helps supply your muscles with more nutrients and drain their waste faster, massively increasing your recovery in between workouts and sets. Imagine you're doing a set of squats to failure. Most people would be exhausted after that and take a rest, but with increased work capacity, you could do a set of push-ups immediately after, before you take your rest. Your chest and triceps aren't actually involved in squats at all and shouldn't be tired, but most people can't do this because their work capacity is completely drained after a single set of an exercise. Put two people side by side, one person who's able to stack two exercises before resting and another who only does one set. Who do you think will make more progress faster? But what cardio should you do? Zone 2 for 20 minutes at the end of every workout. Zone 2 is just a fancy way of saying the cardio feels like effort, but you should be able to hold a conversation and it does everything you need it to without being too intense. Everyone will tell you to get onto a treadmill or a bike, but a massively underrated piece of equipment is the ski erg, for two reasons. The ski erg is the only upper body focused cardio machine and it gets so much blood pumping in your arms and shoulders that after 20 minutes on there, everything feels amazing. It also allows you to do one of the most potent stretches for improving lower back pain, whilst skiing, allowing you to hit two birds with one stone. I discovered this randomly and I've never seen anyone do this online or in person, so it can be our little secret. And that brings me on to the final section, which is a must if you want to preserve or regain the ability to train pain-free. The strength box. Our domain of strength is represented by a box. If you have lower back pain like me, the edge of this box might be picking something up from the floor with good form. Injuries happen when we try and exert strength outside of this box. The average person will sit for most of their waking hours, go to the gym, and assume they've done everything they need to ensure their future health. When you spend hours sitting, your body gets used to that folded position, tightening your tendons and ligaments and weakening stabilizing muscles like your abs. This means you might be getting stronger in the gym, but the situations where you can actually use that strength are rapidly shrinking. So we need to do mobility work to keep our strength boxes as large as possible. And I'm not saying to spend half an hour stretching. In fact, I think you should be doing more strength work. Stretching alone does a poor job in expanding your strength box, as even if you can reach those positions, there's no point if you're still weak in them. So we're going to go back to section 1 and talk about exercise selection. Choosing an exercise which challenges your supporting structures will already slow down how quickly your box shrinks, but now we're going to talk about expanding it. I want you to think about 2 areas where your box is weak and pick an exercise which best addresses them. My 2 areas are lower back pain and tight hips, and the main exercise I use is the seated cable good morning. Whatever exercise you use, stick with the same weight if you feel a deep stretch. Increase the weight if your range of motion is increasing, but the stretch feels minimal. And immediately decrease the weight if you feel yourself focusing more on the weight than the stretch. Golden Age bodybuilders did this all the time with their exercise selection, and lots of them ended up developing insane mobility despite their massive frames and lack of stretching. You can do the exercise of your choice wherever in your workout. It'll take a while to undo years of tightness, but I promise you, you're on your way to unlocking your true potential. And if you keep doing everything we've spoken about, you'll get there and be able to keep making progress for years to come. For the next video, I'm going to be ranking some of the top fitness influencers. Thanks for watching, and make today count.